It's definitely been a while. Welcome back to my channel. It's actually been quite a while. I think it's been a couple of months since I've done a video, especially one where I'm actually talking and I had sound. And my battery is about to die, so that's great. But for today I'm going to be doing this look. I'm going to be using a couple of new products or products that I have not used on my channel before. So that should be pretty exciting or terrifying. But since I've already filmed it, I can tell you now it was not terrifying. But if you would like to see how I created this look, like a purple cut crease with a white concealer that I use, please keep on watching. Okay, so my skin has been pretty mad at me the last few weeks. I've been having really bad breakouts, and I actually started liking not wearing foundation, and now I don't have to, but I feel like it's better to cover them up for makeup looks. So I just started off, because I have dry skin, I started off with the Fresh Vitamin Nectar Fresh Beauty. I bought this at Sephora. And then I am doing baby skin primer. Because my skin is slightly uneven at the moment, I am using a primer just to fill up all the little pores and give myself a nice and even finish. It just helps your foundation apply a bit easier, as well as helping to create a barrier between your skin and the foundation because of the little bumps. I don't want foundation like settling and staying in this foundation on its own. It's from Gosh Cosmetics, a little small bottle, and it says cover and conceal. So I use this with other products usually to make a foundation lighter or darker. I have a darker one as well. So here. Wow, yeah, I used way too much product, but that's okay. Make it work. Use it for everything else as well. This blends pretty well. Wow. Definitely gonna have to bronze up, but I can literally like see all the little red marks on my face disappear as I'm blending. I would definitely use a lot less next time. I actually heard about this foundation from my friend Charlie Boy on Instagram. He is a makeup artist. He's amazing. He really is amazing. Yeah, I would definitely use a lot less foundation next time. I'm not going to use as much on my forehead. Just kind of blend that out and work it into the skin. And under the eye area, this foundation is pretty full coverage, so I'm gonna work it in everywhere. Very Fix concealers. It's in the shade Light 1 and Light 2. They look like this. I'm gonna use Light 1 for now. I'm just gonna use it on, it's got it's like a little round ball applicator, which is really nice. Just gonna use a little bit under my eyes, dot on my nose, on my chin. Just dot everywhere when I'm trying to hide stuff, basically. I'll just look orange. And then I'm going to use the same brush in tapping motions. I'm just going to pat under the eye area, because you want to press the product in. I don't want to be I want full coverage under the eyes, so I don't want to move the product around. And especially if you're working like on spot concealing, like I just did, like on specific areas, patting the product works better than sweeping, because then you're just like sweeping it around the face again. Just pat it on under the eye area. This is also going to highlight the under eye area. If you did spot conceal like I just did for all these little marks, you're going to want to blend it in or pat it in like really well, just so that you don't end up leaving like a bunch of little white dots. And then just blend it down your neck. I'm quite surprised at how nice this Gosh foundation looks for something that's full coverage, because I'm not really a big fan of full coverage, even though I use Studio Fix. I usually just like tone it down with moisturizer or primer. Fenty Beauty contour stick. This is the shade Amber. It's a matchstick. I really like these. They're all like, they're like little magnets and they stick together, so you can have like a whole stack of them. In my contour, I don't start all the way in the back. For me personally, I like to start just in the halfway of the cheekbone. This is a cream, so I'm just applying it over my foundation because I haven't set my foundation with the powder yet. And then I'm just going to run it down the sides of my nose, as well as on the sides of my face. And just along my double chin, because we want to look snatched. I've never been a fan of chin contours until I started needing it. Now I'm just like, give me. Add these in. I'm going to do the cheeks one first. Doesn't really matter in which order you do it. I just like doing my cheeks first because then I don't feel like a little potato anymore. Just patting it in. And I'll do a little blend at the end. Downward, so it gives you like that little nice cheekbone. So I usually apply the product. I applied where I want it to be the darkest, and then from there on I blend it as I go. So this I'll basically just blend into the cheekbone and down the cheekbone. And you want to apply it on the cheekbone as well, because if you apply it where you want the contour to be, it's going to fall on your jawline. And then the excess product I just pull upwards so it blends well. And then I'm going to do the nose one. I have a very short nose. Like, I'm just going to show you from the side. It looks like there's no tip of my nose. So I like making my nose look longer. I don't contour on the bottom. I just contour on the sides so that my nose can look longer. Elongated. It's so funny learning about different face shapes and things. And then just on the sides, just to kind of warm it up. I do have a really big forehead. You'll notice my Instagram pictures. I usually just cut off my forehead. I wasn't supposed to ever tell anyone that. It's like my little secret, but pretend like it's supposed to be like that. And then don't forget your chin contour, because it might look really strange. It's gonna look like I have a really snatched jawline. So I'm contouring on the bottom, but then running the extra product just underneath the jawline. Start bronzing and highlighting. I am gonna set all of that with my setting powder. So if you are gonna apply bronzer just over this, because the foundation and all the creams are still wet, it's just gonna grab the powder. So instead of blending it, you're just gonna be stuck with blotches. And then if you try and go with cream over that, you're gonna end up picking up all the product you just put down. So it's gonna look really bad. So I'm just using my Cover FX setting powder. It's a translucent one. I really like this powder. It's extremely light. I was using my Real Techniques. This is the blush brusher. But I'm just pressing it lightly under my eyes, so it doesn't crease. You could actually use a smaller brush, but I try and use less brushes. I just like it more. On the forehead, especially the area where you're going to get more oily. For myself, I just want to set my contour because I'm going to bronze over it, so I don't want it to be moving around. There's so many different ways of doing your makeup. You just have to like find what you prefer. There are obvious wrong and right things. Like, you don't want to be an orange like Urania Maniki. Like, you just don't want to be that. But there's so many different ways. Like, when I do my own makeup, I usually don't do foundation, and there's a lot of steps I don't do because that's just how I prefer it. But if I work on a client, I'm going to give you all 160 steps with 40 products so that you can look more. But day-to-day things, it's always different. Depends on the person. Then my favorite bronzer at the moment, or for the last 2 years actually, has been the NYX Matte Bronze. It looks like this. It's a really warm bronzer. It's very pigmented, so that's why it's been lasting so long. I use the same brush, just tap it in gently, dust it off, and then once again I place the brush where I want it to be the darkest. This is going to be in the back. Just blend, 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 blend. Depends on personal preference. I like bronzing. See, I would not recommend fixing a foundation that's too light with just bronzer, because it might be like orange on really pale skin, but bronzer really does help if you went like slightly too light, especially like on this area here. It can just help you to bronze up. You can even just go around your nose and it like brightens up your cheeks. And if there's a really big difference between your face and your neck, you can always just dust it off first and just bronze up the neck area as well, because remember to blend your foundation into your neck as well, because you don't want to look like you're wearing a mask. It could be quite scary. And then moving on to, kind of forgot I wanted to do a cream blush, but then I should have done that before I set everything. So I'm just going to use my blush in Melba from MAC. And on the apples of the cheeks. Moi moi. And I usually just take my brush after I did blush and just kind of go over into the face. Kind of just adds a little bit more of a skin color to it, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, this is just the way I do my makeup. I quite like that, and I really like the way the foundation feels on my skin. It feels lacquer, like it feels really nice. I do my brows first. So I've got this new thing that I'm doing for my brows. I usually use the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade in ash brown, but I'm trying something new because I really like the fluffy brow thing. So I'm using the Benefit Their Real tinted primer. I originally thought that this was a mascara, so I bought the wrong thing. But then I opened it the other day and I was like, wait, I can actually use this for something else. So you would use this under your mascara, but I'm actually using it for my brows. I really like it. Like, I'm gonna zoom. So I'm gonna use this on my brows. I am using it with a different brush, just because this brush is quite big, because it is originally a mascara one. So I'm using a slightly smaller brush, just sorry, it's my Glossier Boy Brow. This thing is amazing, but I ran out, and obviously we don't have Glossier in South Africa. Glossier, make a plan, make a plan, asseblief. The inside of the Glossier store is absolutely amazing. It's like shades of pink. It's my favorite place. Oh my gosh, and they have a fake cave, like a Grand Canyon cave, you can walk into, and then they close the door. So it's this little room that looks like the inside of the Grand Canyon, and then you can walk around inside of it, and there's like these noises of falling water and like echoes. Oh, it's amazing. Through my brows, almost like I'm using a brow gel. This is basically what I'm doing. Just brushing through my brows. And it actually adds so much color. Like brushing these back so they can pick up more pigment. And then just brushing them back into shape. I do have this little bald spot on the top. I'm turning into Batman. Sorry. So I'm just gonna comb these down. And that's my brow. A year. I wonder what the expiration date on it is, but there is so much product in this thing. I bet I could probably, like, if there was no expiration date on this, my grandchildren would probably be able to inherit it, because there's a lot of product in this packaging. Like, most products are definitely like worth every penny, every cent. So I'm just gonna use my foundation brush. If I did not set my makeup yet, I would have just like switched this on, but I'm afraid it's going to pick up all the product. So I'm just going to tap this onto the area that would be my highlighted area on the tip of the nose. I love a nose highlight. It's amazing. This I could actually do like this. Once again, this is a personal product. I don't use this on a client. If I do, I will sterilize the day life out of it first. Makes me happy. I like highlighting over here because I have really dry skin. I like just looking like I'm glowing. I don't like doing a chin highlight. I feel like it makes me look oily. So I'm just going to tap that on some more. And I might be thinking, Melissa, you need to set that. I'm gonna be using my Soft and Gentle highlighter. This is my all-time favorite powder highlighter. I hit pan in the middle just now. I need to go shopping again. But now I'm going to apply the powder the powder over the cream, and you're going to see how intense it's going to make the highlight. This makes me so happy. So happy. I like using a little fan brush. Kind of just gives you that nice dust. First gonna, oh goodness, I'm first gonna tap it on. First gonna tap it on into the brows. Tap it on. Just gonna do this. The thing I want to say about skin, you can do whatever you want to with foundation, but you can even out skin colors, but you can't even out skin textures. Like, it's just one of those things. And the reason I don't like full coverage foundation on myself is because I like freckles. I like the fact that other people can see that I don't have everything together. That makes no sense, but that's just the way I like it, and that's the way I prefer it. So yeah, deal on me. Benefit High Brow Glow. It's a little pencil, and I'm just gonna go into the tear duct, and then under the brow. I know I already highlighted there with the powder, but I like using this one first. But my brother's looking at me like I'm crazy. Says the one talking to a computer screen all day. I'm just gonna use a little flat brush, just kind of edge it out so there's like no harsh lines. But skin. Just gonna even that out as well. Blend it down. Okay. Now I'm gonna zoom in even more. I still don't know what I'm gonna do, so we're gonna find out. I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna use my Urban Decay Ultimate Basics palette. Yes, I'm gonna start using this little shade over here. The shade is called Tempted. Okay. I think we're just gonna go with, so this is like a cool tone shade. I'm just gonna start with a fluffy brush. This is the Luxie 249. It's a double-ended brush, flat side, fluffy side. I'm just gonna use this all the way. Do you know what? I should have started with my eyes and then went to the skin. Next time. So I'm just gonna start with this, blending it into the crease, all the way down, like a little bridge. Like, this is my lighter shade. It's almost like my transition shade. So I'm gonna blend it all the way down. Depending on what shape you want, you can either make it end round or end sharp, like a wing. I'm just gonna make it end in whichever we end up with, because I can say one thing, it's gonna look different and be like, oh, Melissa. So I'm just gonna keep blending it. I want this to be a really nice transition. I really like Urban Decay's palette. This palette's like one of my most used palettes. You can see I've hit pan on there. I'm about to hit pan on those two, and that one already hit pan. Because these colors are so easy to use. This is the first palette, my first Urban Decay product I bought, and I regret nothing. Because this palette really is amazing. Especially if you're a makeup artist and you're starting off and you're like trying to build a kit. Urban Decay and MAC. And then I'm just gonna use the same brush, look up and just run it. That's like my favorite part of doing makeup. It's like the under eye bag area. A lot of people try and avoid that area, but I feel like if it's gonna crease, you might as well just do makeup on it and have it look good. If you're slim, don't be scared and don't judge me. But I think we're gonna go purple, and when I say purple, I mean like purple. This is my favorite like bright color, my favorite palette for bright colors. So this is the JUVIA'S Place, the Zulu palette, the Zulu by JUVIA'S. Looks like this, and then it looks like this, and then purple. I'm just gonna basically follow the lines I did now with the brown from the Urban Decay palette. Just gonna follow that, add some more warmth to it. Underneath the eye, once again, looking up. This is why I should have done foundation first, because now I'm gonna end up with purple under my eyes, but if that happens, we'll just have to fix it. I'm just gonna dust it like this on the end of the palette, and then I will blend whatever is left on my brush into the crease with like little circle motions, and then on the outside of the eye as well. I'm gonna try and keep the purple area smaller than I did with the brown and the orange. So I'm tilting my brush upwards and just like fluffing. Natural shape of the crease I already have. Just kind of packing it on. There's so many different ways of doing a cut crease. Like, this is just how I do mine for my eye. I don't want it to be like a really defined line either. I just kind of want it to blend like softly. So I'm just gonna pat that area, and I can see it's like turning into a lilac shade. Kind of like it, so I might keep it like that. Just adding a little bit more product as I go, and just like using little patting motions. Like this brush has it doesn't have a smooth end, so it's obviously not going to give me a smooth line. So if you want, wow, how was that one so easy and the other one I just like struggled with? There's always an easy side and a hard side to everything. Faces included. Like this one literally just went on perfectly. Like I don't have to fix anything. Who is she? Like, I'm so impressed with myself right now. That never happens. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for it to dry, and then I'm gonna add another coat of mascara. I lost my phone somewhere, and I kind of want to take a picture of this while I do it, but okay. For the lips, I'm gonna stick with like a soft nude pink. I really like, this look is kind of inspired, or I copied it off of a look I did earlier this year when I had this like CD stuck in my forehead. Great. I've got hiccups. Called Soar. Just gonna do a soft pink. Do mascara, but I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one doing it. You can add on some eyeliner in the waterline, but I like leaving that space open because it makes my eyes look bigger. So this is my finished makeup look. And overall, I really like this look. It's nice and glowy, just glowy skin. And if you guys would like to see another one of these looks, please let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think about this one. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the support. Please remember to like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Donkey, in course, bye donkey, gracias. I need to learn more languages. But let me know what you guys think of this look down below, and then I will see you on the next video. Okay, bye. Ow, I actually stuck my eyes together.